All set. And action.
Here. Honey buns. You ask for food package for helping a burst and put that on the day. A few cakes, sauerkraut, bockwurst, and one dose of hing essence with sugar cubes. Oh, and a jar of plum jam. Don't eat it all at once. I don't want to send another package anytime soon. Better not share with your buddies. Call them butterscotch.
And cut. I'm gonna cut there. Let's start again from you just sat down. You're gonna, give him the letter. So take the letter back. And it's a direction more than anything. But what I want Paul to do is to enjoy reading the letter more, rather than just, because I feel like you're always checking in with him to see if what you're doing makes sense, and I just want you to, oh, cool, letter time, let's read this, okay? And then see where it takes you, really visualize her as, she's like she has a very specific personality here, very strong personality, right? And behind that there is the love she has for him, and that's how she expresses it. There's great fun in a way, I find, but enjoy it more as you go through it. Experience it more, the letter and her essence in the letter. Make sense? And then let it take you places. Okay? Check in with him when you have to, and go on a journey when you don't have to. Jock?
Yeah, same thing. Why does the screenwriter write honey bun exclamation point? Why does he do that, Antoine?
Honey buns.
Honey bun. Honey buns. The way she's addressing the letter, it reads honey buns exclamation point. Right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to tell you that in a very clever little way that this is a routine. This is almost a fun thing that these two guys do every time they finally get a letter from his wife. So it isn't the first time you've done it, okay? Honey buns exclamation point means this is the first time she called you honey bun. Okay?
Yeah.
Or something like that, When we see in there, there's the question about punctuation. Is the exclamation point important? Yes. It tells us the story that this is something these two guys do every time he gets a letter, because he can't read, right? Mm-hmm. And I agree, have more fun with it. This is our fun on the Western Front when we're not shooting people and everything. We have a little moment on the latrine where we can read the letter and have fun. And the same on the other end, enjoy it. I mean, see her doing that stuff, making the jam or whatever she's making and stuff, okay? Really experience this and have fun. It's the moment of fun, and there's very few on the Western Front.
Yeah, experience it more. Again, we're back to monologues every year, right? Which means it's more of an experience than a telling. Okay, and then we're getting the essence of who she is. We gotta tap into that. And by this point, I'd say that you kind of know her, right? You've been reading all her letters, like you kind of know her. And at the end, she says, "What? Better not share with your buddies? What? Well, it's crawl." Okay, so
Yeah.
getting to that relationship with her as
Okay.
well. All right, from the top. From there, from you just sat down. Ready. Action.
Here.
Honey buns. You asked for a food package, for helping of this, and pork fat on the bed. A few cakes, sauerkraut, bockwurst, and one dose of Hingfeng essence with sugar cubes. Oh, and a jar of plum jam. Don't eat it all at once. I don't want to send another package anytime soon. Better not share with your buddies. God damn, what is called? I have to ask you one more thing, honey buns. Have you saved enough yet? Can you maybe send some home? They say it's gonna be over soon. Do you want some money left over? Now I know what you're gonna think. Listen to this old lady hitting me up for money. But you know me, I can never get enough. Give me an inch and I'll take a mile. So don't give up on the last lamp. Carl Lemmer's in the hospital in the east. Something with his stomach. And he was hardly there for 3 weeks. On Sunday, I'll go see our little one's grave. I'll read to him. He always liked that so much. Next year, we'll go together and celebrate his 10th birthday. Well, that's all I have to say. Kisses from your wifey. Goodbye. I didn't know.
What's gonna happen now, Paul? Are we gonna go back home, back to our old lives? Where all they're gonna wanna know is if you've ever been in close quarters combat. We'll be like travelers in a landscape from a bygone era. And I wonder if I'd rather sit around the campfire with you, Tage and Crop and Mueller, eating baked jacket potatoes.
And cut. Cool, so what's happening there? for this one?
Connection. There was more of a connection for me at the end. Although I had to take a breath because I forgot my lines.
Sure, and that's connection too,
Yes.
right? So we lost connection at a few moments throughout the scene.
Yeah.
And when we lose connection and we lose our line to the story and the character, right? Like connection is cut with the character. And the character is the one who needs the lines. So if the connection is broken, I have no need for lines. Thus, I forget my lines,
Right.
right? So it's nice hanging in there, but instead of hanging in there and it's like trying to get the lines, connect,
Okay.
okay? Give it to the character and connect to the other person. I'm not saying you have to look at the other person. Let's connect, okay? Yes. Save me. Okay, that's not it. It's just like give up.
Okay.
Give up the control. Get yourself in the receiving mode. Okay, you get it, right? What I'm saying by that? Get yourself in the receiving mode instead of the controlling mode of the I need to go get it. Okay? Just give up when that happens. But connect to the other person. Usually, when we give up control in those moments, magic happens. Because the character knows what to do when it's not scripted and things go off script. The character knows how to fix it. We don't. Okay? You're very good at it though, in hanging in there. Okay? But just, it's not that hard when that happens. Just give in.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that's what happens. At the end, that's why we kind of over there a little bit, like we're looking at him for most of the time in your monologue. I'm not saying you cannot do that. But yeah, the connection was a little frail in this one. Okay? Jock?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, you know, you've never lost the line. You lost the character. Okay? And when you do that, there's no reason for your brain to
Shut down.
turn in 4 different parts so that you can open your mouth and say a line. It won't do it. Okay? There's no reason for it. So the reason is what? What is the reason to say your line? Any line. What's the reason? Question.
Just to connect with the other person. Just to
Yeah.
connect.
Turn your head to your left. That's your reason. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you lose a line, literally just do that. Look at him and look how much you want to help him. Read his letter to his wife and how much fun it is, okay? And the character now is back, okay? But an actor trying to remember his line is about as far away from the character as you can get.
Yeah.
And good luck, okay? Got it? You are pretty good at it, but good luck. My only other thing is, yeah, we still have room to experience. Don't worry about the accent, okay? Just have fun experiencing the letter. You did something that's pretty extraordinary, Antoine, okay? Because as you get back to the letter, all right, you said, I have to ask you one more thing, honey bun. Oh, it is there, honey buns. Is it italics? No, it's okay. All right, never mind.
No,
But I
that's the
really
right
want
line.
you to experience it, okay?
Yeah.
You can have fun with honey buns too, because she says it again, okay? She hasn't said that
It's
in the other
plural,
letters.
too.
Yeah,
It's honey
yeah.
buns.
And have fun. I mean, if you're connected and you have fun, the line or something very close to the line is going to come, or something much better than the line is going to come. But the connection, if you lose it, then you're going to be in trouble, okay?
Yeah.
On Sunday, I'm going to the little one's grave. On the other hand, Daniel, I need you to really know who she is, okay? And by knowing, I'm talking about viscerally, all right? I want you to, to me, my imagination just goes crazy, and I can see her when you had to leave and go to war. I can see that woman's face. I can see the tears, okay? I can see her fear. Got it? I don't know where that came from. That's the thing I want you to do, is you really have moments with her in your life. When that baby was born, what was that like? Okay, all that thing. And when he died, what was his name? I forget if it's in there or not. Okay, what did he look like? You know, it's almost the only thing you have to do because you got everything else going. But I really want to see somebody that has spent how many years with this woman. And you don't have to write a 80-page biography of that. You just have to have a couple moments that you actually experience with that woman. And your imagination will fill in every detail you ever want. Okay? It'll fill that in if it knows you had this experience with him. You had this experience with that boy and how he died. I don't know. But I'll tell you something, your character knows exactly how that kid died and what he died from. Got it? I really want all of you to understand that this is something that is actually being proven. Those characters are there, they're ready to do the work for you. Trust that. Trust it. Surrender to them. And they will make this whole thing work.
Yeah. This is the preparation phase. That's the preparation phase. Okay, the stuff that you do before coming in here, because you can't do that in front of a camera. What Jock just said. I mean, you can if you're desperate. It's your last resort. Nothing is going on. Sure, your director's gonna walk you through situations and whatnot. And it's gonna be their idea, not yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they incite something to happen within. But that's the stuff that you do before, okay? That's how memories work. Memories, strong memories, they get attached to an experience. So the stronger the experience you have, the longer you'll remember and the more vivid the memories are gonna be. So that's what we do with characters. We're creating a different persona with different experiences, a different history, different connections and relationships. So that's what I mean by spend time with the character. Because just the lines and the superficiality of the lines, it's not gonna get you very far in terms of storytelling. So you gotta, because you're bringing 2D into 3D or more, okay? You gotta create these experiences. And they need to be there, available to you, like this, right? So that's the preparation that we do beforehand. The places that I'm in, the people I'm with, the things I have experienced. Your subconscious mind will take it. Thank you. Okay? I'll put that in my bank. Now your analytical mind needs to get out of the way because obviously it's not going to believe it. Okay? But anyway, it's a practice thing. Being able to switch from one to the other. The more data you put in, the more experiences you put in as your character. And you can do that not just by imagining. Your imagination is just one tool that you have. Okay, there's several others. And I'm gonna walk you guys through it in my new workshop. Marketing, I say. Okay? There are many different ways to get there. Okay? So, it's a holistic approach. You gotta do it through your body, through your voice, for the relationship with the other characters, for your imagination, and so on, okay? So spend time with these characters, especially when they're very different from your reality, like these two. So really spend time with them and create, give yourself as much as you possibly can so you can feel the energy or the essence or the persona or whatever you want to call it of the character.
Yeah.
And then play.
Yeah, Daniel, it is work that you need to do before, okay? Because you got a lot of good things. Both of you have a lot of good things going for you, okay? But the one thing I want to see you start to do is create these multifaceted characters. And there's one way of doing it. If you're mentioning anybody, you create a life with them, or just 2 or 3 minutes. And it's true, not just in your imagination, but getting up and reliving that kid dying or whatever you want. Your imagination will tell you the moments to create. Does that make sense? And you need to start doing that before, get familiar with the character, walk around as the character would walk, experience some of the things he experienced. That's going to start to make you multifaceted, okay? And that'll be the difference between I give you just a nice couple of pages or whether I give you a major supporting role or a lead. Okay? That's right where you are now. So take the time to allow the character to create your reality.
Yeah. There's some nice moments in there, and we're gonna move on, okay? But some nice moments in there. The last one was kind of interesting because you guys struggled through it. We lost connection a few times, but you stay there. So that's the thing to do. Now the next step would be to, whenever I blank out, I connect to my scene partner rather than going into myself. That's something that as actors we need to get used to. Okay, instead of depending solely on myself when I'm in front of a camera, perhaps when you're doing the work by yourself at home, rehearsing, whatever, that's fine. I connect. I become present. I don't go into my head. I don't stay in my head. Okay? that thing was just like, I'm so much in my head. That's literally what's happening. You guys go into your head and then you leave the reality of the character and then you have no chance. Okay? Unless you have a good rote memory. Which in case you do. Some people don't, and then they just like, sorry, I forgot my lines. Okay?
I do that.
So stay present in the moment, physically, heart-wise, mentally, and connect to your scene partner. That's all, and see what happens. See where they want to pick up.
So if like something like that happened, because I could sort of, I felt it a little bit. Like, is there anything I guess I could do?
No, don't try to fix it.
Yeah. Okay.
You do the same thing that I just told
Yeah, just
him.
stay connected. Yeah,
You
okay.
stay connected,
Yeah.
stay present. Don't go like, oh shoot, he
Stare.
forgot his line.
I just stared at the whole time.
Okay, don't go like, oh,
Yeah.
he forgot his line. What's gonna happen? Maybe I'm gonna say something. I mean, that's last resort. Okay, but never do that. I was doing a play with Jock once. We had.
I knew this story was coming.
I didn't, and we don't really have the time, but I'll tell you. He had an 8-page monologue. I had a 15-page monologue right after his. And he blanked out in the middle of his monologue, and he didn't even know. He was saying something, and then he looked at the floor, and then he stayed there. And I'm in character, like, why isn't he saying anything? Not realizing that he had forgotten his lines. And then suddenly, this little voice came up, like, oh, he forgot his line, shoot. In the middle of his 8-page monologue, very convenient. And then literally the pages pop up in my mind's eye, the pages of the script. I could read like photographic memory. That had never happened to me. It has never happened again. The script pops up and I can see the dots and the commas and the page numbers and everything, and I'm reading through his thing, so this is what he left out. And then I'm flipping the pages in my head and I'm going like, I can't say this because he didn't mention that. And I edit my monologue in a split second, and I come back, and then he comes back, okay? The thing is, that was sort of like a little back voice guiding me through it. Never I felt like, oh, he forgot his lines. What could I say? Let me say something clever. You just stay in the moment and connected, okay? And if you've done the preparation well enough, you can rely that something will happen, okay? And it's not gonna be a clever little rational fix me solution thing, okay? You just have faith that it's gonna be there because you put in the work.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Your character may want to just turn and look at him. That would be the character to make that decision.
Just stay present, that's all. Don't try to do anything. Just stay present, acknowledge, and then that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice work. Fisher King.
Up next, we have Elizabeth and Sam, Fisher King, work 1, and after that, we have Coretta